And we have the conclusion to the 2024 IFL season. I am Matthew Jacobson with Arena Football Talk. My apologies on this video being a little bit late. I did attend the championship game, but as a fan, not a member of the media, and time does have a habit of getting away from you. This matchup was between the Arizona Rattlers and Massachusetts Pirates, a rematch of the 2021 United Bowl, where the Massachusetts Pirates won 37-34 in overtime. Now, obviously, these two teams have had some roster turnover, but at the very least with the Arizona Rattlers, there's still some key players that were on that team in 2021, and I can say that I was expecting this rematch to be a close, hard-fought game. I did not expect the Arizona Rattlers to have a 29-0 lead at halftime. The Rattlers special team started off the game setting the tone, not allowing Massachusetts out of their own end zone and getting a free point out of it. Then Dalton Snead hit Jamal Miles for a 9-yard touchdown, making it 8-0 Rattlers. Skip ahead to the second quarter, about 3 minutes in, Shannon Brooks, a 6-yard rushing touchdown, making it 15-0. Then with 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the first half, Dalton Snead, a 10-yard rushing touchdown, 22-0, but the Rattlers were not done. They would get the ball back, and with 10 seconds to go, Shannon Brooks, a 1-yard touchdown, 29-0. They also started off the second half with a 23-yard field goal by Dawson Evans, making it 32-0. The game was over. The game was over as soon as the second quarter, and it just never felt like Massachusetts really put up much of a fight. The Arizona Rattlers offense was overwhelming, and their defense got the job done. But just to finish off the scoring summary, with about 8:30 to go in the third quarter, Jimmy Robinson, a 3-yard touchdown, and then Jamal Miles, a 2-yard touchdown. Shannon Brooks, a 12-yard run. Garrett Kettle comes in later and has a 14-yard run, and it's 53-8 with 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Redding scores a 12-yard touchdown with 4:20 left, but that's your final score, 53-16. The Arizona Rattlers dominated in the 2024 Indoor Football League Championship, and I don't really know what more I'm supposed to say here. Dalton Snead, 10 for 15, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns, well, 2 touchdowns over the air. He also had 61 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. That stat line, the touchdowns are nice, but the yardage, the stat line doesn't look all that impressive. He had a really good game. And to be fair, he didn't really need to have that great of a passing night because the defense forced multiple turnovers. We'll get to that in a second, but let's just say a longtime Rattler had a great game. Shannon Brooks, 13 attempts, 69 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. If it wasn't for that defensive player, Shannon Brooks might have been your player of the game. Corey Reed had 3 receptions, 22 yards. Jamal Miles, 3 receptions, 19 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Another longtime Rattler with a solid performance in the biggest possible game, winning his second championship with the team. And then let's hop into the defense. You had Connor Taylor, 2 tackles for loss, one of those being a sack. Amari Alexander forced a fumble. And then Devontae Merriweather, the 2019 IFL Defensive Player of the Year. 3 separate interceptions. Now, one of them was thrown just directly to him. I don't know where that pass was going, but he still had 3 interceptions, a hat trick to use hockey terms, and created so many short field situations for the Rattlers that those offensive numbers, the overall yardage, wasn't necessary. It didn't matter because the Rattlers had great field position. It felt like the entire game. It was dominance from start to finish. The Arizona Rattlers win their second championship as a member of the IFL and win their 7th overall championship. The local boy Dalton Snead comes home, gets the job done, and leads the Rattlers to their first title since 2017. And this Rattlers team that had to go through adversity with the injuries and the struggling early on in the season, just like last year, were a second half team, except for the results were different. They made it all the way to the championship and won in dominant fashion. If I may just get a little personal here, as someone who is an Arizona sports fan, has been his entire life, this is the first time I ever actually got to watch one of my teams win a championship. One of the teams I cheered for, one of the teams I was a fan of, win a championship, and it felt very anticlimactic because the game was never really competitive. That is an amazing complaint to have, to be blunt. Anyway, the Arizona Rattlers beat the Massachusetts Pirates 53-16, getting revenge for the 2021 United Bowl and securing their 7th championship.